Welcome back to Los Digitals podcast. Today, we're going to bring you a wide variety of cool topics, interesting topics regarding the scandal between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, and Taylor Swift is now getting involved. Tory Lanez having trouble in prison, getting stabbed how many times?
14.
14 times.
Jesus.
The P. Diddy trial, and AI starting to gain some sense of touch, sense of consciousness, and also being able to be your therapist. So let's get right into it. So let's get started with the scandal between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, because Jenny knows a lot about it, and I've heard a little bit, but like, tell me more.
So basically, Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, they're co-stars. You know, everybody knows this, or for the most part, I feel like a lot of people know.
From the movie The Last of Us?
Yes.
The Last of Us?
No, It Ends With Us.
Oh.
So they came out in the movie It Ends With Us, and he was the male lead and she was the female lead. And for those who don't know, it's a movie based on a book, It Ends With Us, written by Colleen Hoover. And so I'm pretty sure like a lot of people already, like, it was a whole thing. I remember like on TikTok, everybody was talking about like Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, but
how they were like fighting behind the scenes.
Yeah,
like
and
how Blake Lively was very controlling of what she wanted.
Yeah, and how she like basically shunned them, and you know.
Shunned who? Baldoni?
Yes, like I don't know if you remember seeing, but like on the press tour, like Justin Baldoni was nowhere to be found. Like
that's true. They were never together.
Yeah, because like he wasn't allowed to be there. Like she didn't want him there, so he would go on his own interviews.
That's wild.
Talking about the movie. Okay.
That doesn't help the movie either.
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of things, but I don't really like want to go into too much detail because I feel like this is something like a lot of people know already. Like something we talk, like it's already been like talked about. But now Taylor Swift has officially been subpoenaed to go on trial and
subpoena. What the hell subpoena?
It's like basically they call you to go and testify in court.
But what is she testifying for?
Okay.
Is she friends with Blake Lively?
Yeah, like they're best friends. You didn't see us at the Super Bowl together?
Oh, yes. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
yeah, okay. So Blake Lively, Taylor Swift are best friends. But I guess ever since like the movie came out, there's been a lot of like negative like controversy like about them. And so Taylor Swift is basically like she doesn't want anything to do with that. And so when Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively were fighting, like there was messages like that were released basically saying like that that Blake Lively was telling Justin like basically threatening him that, hey, if like you don't like back down or if you don't do what I say, like I have people on my side, like very powerful people, aka Ryan Reynolds, her husband, and Taylor Swift, because they're very very famous. They're like A-list celebrities. They're very powerful. So like obviously she didn't think Justin would like do anything. He'd like get scared. I don't know what, but anyways, he released those, and now Taylor Swift is like, she's like, her and her legal team came out saying like, oh, we had nothing to do with like decisions made about the movie. We didn't see any like of the cuts that they made, any versions like that. They had nothing to do with the movie, and she even went and said that she didn't see the movie until weeks after that it had came out.
Taylor Swift?
Yes, Taylor Swift.
Okay.
But, and then of course, because social media and like nothing is like hidden anymore. So then they go back into when like they were in the interviews, and people have literally said, like cast members have literally said like, oh, the reason I got hired was because of Taylor Swift. Like Taylor Swift recommended me, that she was in the process of, you know, when people were being casted. Like Justin Baldoni came on the video saying that Taylor Swift like helped, and also another actress. And it's just like, and even that, what's it called? Blake said that she was there all along, like the whole time with, that Taylor Swift and Blake were together the whole time and making decisions together.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. The most recent scandal that came out was that they had hired a composer. His name was Brian Tyler. They brought him in the film so they could score it. Like he scored like the Avengers, Iron Man 3, Yellowstone, Mario Bros, and a bunch of other.
Him.
Yeah, he's him basically. And so 2 months before the film was released, he was fired by Blake Lively. And then she brought in 2 people to compose the movie, and their names were Rob Simonson and Duncan Blinkenstaff. And guess what? They worked on the movie Deadpool, which her husband is in.
Wait, so what? So like this sounds like they just set up the other guy, Brian.
Yes. Okay. So he
like they made him do all the work and then they fired him 2 months before.
Okay, so basically Justin Baldoni was the director and producer of the movie It Ends With Us. Like that was his project.
Okay.
And throughout time, Blake Lively
Made it her.
made it hers. Yeah. So she fired this guy, Brian Tyler, right before the movie was about to be released, and then brought in 2 other guys because she wanted the film to be a specific way that she liked, not the way that it was supposed to actually be.
So they changed the whole entire style of the film because.
Yes. So
who casted her though? Like Dick Baldoni cast her.
actually, I'm not exactly sure who casted her, but she elbowed her way in the fuck. So I don't know if you remember, if you ever seen like the press stories of them.
Deadpool or.
Yes, like it was like Deadpool. What's his name? Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and Blake Lively. Like they were all together, like on the press stories. Like them, like they were trying to make it seem like they were together, but it's like this movie's about domestic violence, and these girls over here like making jokes.
The presser for It Ends With Us.
Yes.
Oh.
And they try to like bring It Ends With Us and Deadpool and Wolverine together.
But that don't even make sense. They're
Exactly.
two completely different movies.
I know, but because it's Ryan
One's
Reynolds
fantasy.
and his husband, or they're married to Blake Lively. Does that make sense? Oh, and then so the reason I brought this up was because supposedly Taylor Swift was the one that told Blake Lively to fire Brian Tyler and bring in these 2 guys. So
wait, Blake Lively told Taylor Swift?
No, Taylor
Taylor
Swift
told Blake Lively.
Yes, like supposedly to fire Brian Tyler and bring on these 2 guys that were working on Deadpool. So there's a lot of, like what's going on, but hopefully there's more that will get released.
But like Taylor Swift is in a lawsuit though because of this? Like,
she's not getting sued.
Okay.
She's just like
involved.
She's involved in it because of like everything that's been going on, like before the movie, after the movie, like when it came out and after the movie. Like her name has been like, it's always been there. Like even one of her songs come out in the movie.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't remember. But yeah, so basically Blake Lively's was threatening Justin Baldoni, and trying to like, I guess, coerce him to do what she wants because she knows big and very powerful people, which is her husband Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift.
Okay, well they messed up with letting her think. Well, like they messed up with giving her all that power.
Yeah.
To begin with, because if it was his film, how did she make it her film? Like he should like.
Oh, okay.
They could have overstepped her. Like.
Yeah.
Okay, no, you don't have that much control in this film. Like that's all her. Like,
okay, so before the movie came out, you know how they weren't on any press tours together, or there was no interviews of them actually being together, and it was like just weird, and people were just like no one really thought much of it because they're like, oh, this movie's about domestic violence, so I guess the reason they're not together so they can kind of like,
so people won't romanticize them in the film.
I don't, not that, but just like, oh, like they're not supposed to, I guess in a way like that, like they're not supposed to be together, so people didn't think much of it. They thought it was like planned,
part of it.
Yeah. And then so I think that's when, let me double check here, so they were no longer doing interviews together. And whenever Blake Lively was on an interview, like she was promoting her hair product. I saw that. So she made it very,
not even making it about the film. She was like
making it about herself,
fashion and like her brand and all that.
Yeah. And then you watch interviews with Justin Baldoni, and he's like very serious. Like he's like, this should not happen. Like
bringing awareness to it actually.
Yes.
Real awareness.
And I guess the media was like, hey, like what she's doing is wrong. And so a lot of people like started like hating on her.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and then she came out with on Christmas Eve. No, not Christmas Eve, my bad. Okay, yes, Christmas Eve. She files the first lawsuit against Justin Baldoni and his PR team, and the lawsuit alleged that it was a hostile work environment and that he sexually harassed her.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Yeah, so because nobody was liking her anymore, she went and like, she was making it seem like, oh, Justin Baldoni was intentionally trying to make her look bad, but just because the media itself saw her for who she is and did not like her.
Damn.
Yeah. And then December 31st, Justin filed a lawsuit against Blake's team and New York Times for defaming him. And then there was like released audio recordings and unedited photos of their messages. Because when she came out with the first lawsuit, she like released messages and a bunch of things, but they were all edited. Like, what are you doing?
It feels good.
Oh my gosh, you're so weird. But yeah, so she released a bunch of like these videos, like, I mean, not videos, but like, I guess, I don't know if there's videos actually, but I know like there was messages like saying like, oh, like he would always come in like whenever I was like breastfeeding, and like, which was true, but when she said it, she didn't include the context behind it. Like she made it seem like he was just barging in, wanting to look at her, but in reality, she would be like, oh, like come so we could practice lines, and then he'd be like, okay, like, well, I'm eating right now, I'll go, and then he would go like after.
Oh, and then she was like breastfeeding.
But yeah, but she would let him know like, oh, I'm breastfeeding, but, and he's like, okay, but she never made it seem like she had a problem with it.
Bruh.
So I guess that's how the whole
then, like,
everything started. And then okay, and then I also thought this was like just kind of like really petty of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. You know Nice Pool? Well, have you seen the movie Wolverine and Deadpool?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so Nice Pool. He's the one with like the man bun and the one without the mask.
I don't know.
So basically, okay, anyways, they made his character to mock Justin Baldoni, and he was the only Deadpool that was actually killed, I think.
To mock him? Why? But for what?
Just
wait,
because
but how?
petty.
When was that released? That movie?
Literally, right? They were
at the same time.
Yeah, okay, during the same time.
So how were they already mocking him? Because how are they made a whole film, but they're already mocking Justin Baldoni?
I know that It Ends With Us. They've been working on that film for years. Like I think like 6 years. Yeah, so it's been a while.
So they know each other for that long?
Yeah, and then I don't know when they started working on the movie Deadpool, but it is like they just cross paths. And then also the director of Deadpool had the same experience as Justin Baldoni. Like the director of Deadpool like literally quit because Ryan Reynolds was being like a control freak. Like not a control freak, like he just wanted things his way.
Bruh. They're not the directors, they're the actors.
Yeah, he left like the franchise because of him.
The director?
Yeah, like the director of Deadpool left the franchise because of Ryan Reynolds.
So do you think they're bad people, like Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively?
I think so. You know who they remind me of? They kind of remind me like of the other parents from Coraline, like the evil mom. Like she's like the one in main control, and then like the Ryan Reynolds, like he just like follows her. Or I don't know, they could both.
That's true.
And then also she's.
But that sucks because I liked Blake Lively.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was like that until like when everything started coming out.
Yeah.
But I liked her, like The Shallows, the movie The Shallows.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good shark movie, bro.
Okay, that's
and
enough.
she plays good in it. Like the action scenes are good.
Yeah, but I mean, people could be good actors and bad people.
True.
Okay, next topic is Tory Lanez.
Okay, wait. Let's just go back. How did he even get in prison in the first place? Because wait, let me say what I remember from the top of my head because it's a rumor star, guys. So that he shot Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Like he shot her.
Yeah.
Where did he shoot her? Because she's still alive.
On the foot.
That's so fun.
I didn't even know this happened.
This reminded me of the scene in You where like Sherry, or like.
Boy, you better say some dumb shit.
Where what's the name? Sherry and Carrie.
I don't know.
The husband.
I don't know.
He grazes her urine accident, and then she's like, "Oh, I take a seminar," and then she shot him.
Oh, you want to know what grazing feels like?
Hey.
Don't get hysterical. I took a seminar.
Hey.
Okay, so yes, the shooting was in 2020, and then he wasn't convicted until 2023, and he's serving 10 years in prison for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. And
people say that Megan Thee Stallion was lying about that.
Yeah, okay, so
like they wouldn't put him in jail if he was lying.
Okay, so May 12th was when he was stabbed in prison.
Recently.
Yeah, it was like a week and a half ago, May 12th. 2 days later, May 14th, Tory Lanez's legal team held a press conference to present a new claim, and it stated that Bradley James is Kelsey Harris's bodyguard during the 2022 trial, and he came forward with a claim saying that he overheard Kelsey Harris admitting to shooting Megan in 2020. So that
so somebody else shot Megan, not him?
Yes, and Kelsey Harris is Megan Thee Stallion's friend, I believe. Like, I don't know if
but she admitted to it?
Yeah, supposedly.
What the hell?
That her bodyguard, heard her saying like, "Oh, this
Oh,
man."
it's like a she said. He
Yeah.
said type thing.
Yeah. But she still says like, no, it was Tory.
It was
Like,
on me, mate.
like Megan Thee Stallion
Wait,
is
how
still
long is he
saying
convicted for?
10 years. He's serving 10 years in prison.
Okay, did I already ask that, or did you already say that?
Yeah, I said that.
Okay, there's been a lot of years and stuff.
Yeah. But, he's still fighting. But, I mean, I don't know who shot who. Like, I didn't even know that she got shot. I didn't even know who Tory Lanez was until, like, a year ago.
He's the one that, don't you realize that it hurts me?
Yes, I know.
Oh, they were like, they cannot put him in jail yet. He needs to release this song.
Yeah.
But
so,
what's up with him getting shot now? Why is he getting shot up? I mean, stabbed. My bad, not shot.
honestly, I don't even know. The inmate that did stab him basically stated that I wasn't trying to kill him. And that same man was convicted of murder. This man has nothing to lose.
Through a psychotic episode.
This man has nothing to lose. Like,
Wait,
what are you talking about? That
like Tory Lanez is okay?
Yeah, he was. I think they stabbed him in the head, and he had a collapsed lung. So he was hospitalized, obviously, and they're moving him to a different prison.
Wait, but is he a bad person or no?
I really don't know
He shot
about
Megan Thee
Tory
Stallion.
Lanez. So apparently he was the one that was trying to disarm
Okay,
Kelsey
no.
Harris. Are you listening?
Yes.
Okay, he was the one that was trying to disarm Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez was trying to disarm Kelsey Harris. Yeah, Kelsey. And then, she got shot in the foot. I mean,
the real question though is Megan Thee Stallion still friends with Kelsey Harris?
Oh no, this is.
So they're not friends. You never know.
This is a lot of
Wait, but were
speculation.
Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion dating or what? Or they were just
Were
like
they?
friends or what? I don't know.
Boy, don't ask me. I just said I don't know who Tory Lanez is. Like, well, like I didn't.
Well, he's
know
a music artist.
I know who he is, but back
Do
then,
you not realize that it hurts me when I see you walk out? All right, let's go.
I don't know.
You had the time of your life. Let's move on to the next topic, though. So we all know about the P Diddy and the
baby
trial,
oils,
the baby oils,
the
Justin
freak
Bieber,
offs,
everything.
the white parties.
What white parties? I don't know, but I just want to get started with something. So we all know why P Diddy is like in the what do you call that? The hot seat right now, because he's just weird. And the sad part is not the sad part. Well, my sad part. So there was a show a while ago called The Four. It was a new show, right? Mm-hmm. It was called The Four, and it aired like in New Year's of 2016, 2017.
Okay.
One of those years, and P Diddy was like one of the main judges on that show.
Oh my gosh, I remember
Yes,
that.
and that's how I got introduced to him.
No wonder he looked so familiar.
Everyone would always hype him up. They're like Sean Diddy P Combs or something like that. And I was like, I don't know who he is, but they say he's a huge producer. But he was one of the judges, and I loved that. I loved the show The Four. It was sad because I thought I'm pretty sure everyone thought he was cool, right? Or like he was a cool person. But yeah, he was like a cool judge. I don't know, but that's how I got introduced to him. Cause I was probably like 12 or 13. That's a long time ago.
That is a long time ago.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was like 12 or 13 probably. No, I wasn't 14 for sure. It was like 12. But yeah, that's when I found out about him. And then the next major thing I hear about him is that he's a freaking pedophile. What is he? Pedophile?
Yeah, there's a lot of
things you could call this dude. But something that's really sad is like what I've been hearing is that this whole thing is affecting Justin Bieber so bad that this dude is like on drugs, like heavy drugs, and like there's been so many videos around him. And then recently he came out on a concert with SZA.
I was not laughing about that.
He was on concert with SZA. SZA brought him out to LA night one or something like that. Mm-hmm. And people were saying he was about to do the this is not funny. That he was about to do the the Fenty fold, the fentanyl fold.
What are you on right now?
When you do fentanyl, you do like a fold.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Like when you're on too much fentanyl, your body folds like literally in half.
Okay.
And that he was about to do that is a speculation. I'm not saying nothing. And SZA,
we don't want to get sued.
SZA like you did this to his chin, like lock the fuck in, like you're on stage, and like immediately his whole entire like demeanor changed. And he like smiled. But people are like, you could tell he's so out of it. You could tell he's so out of it. And it's like a big thing, a part of that, or what the fans are saying is that it's because of everything like happening with P. Diddy, everything getting aired out. They said that he has all the resources to get better. And then the people were like, you're right. This makes me feel less bad for him.
Oh.
Like, it's just an awkward interaction, no?
It just looks like he was singing and she just got his chin and told him something. And he was obviously like enjoying it. Like he looks like he's enjoying himself.
Feels like he's enjoying himself.
Like I don't know too much about how people look being on drugs, but it don't look like there's anything wrong with him.
Like, this was her mistake. They obviously knew after soundcheck to make sure his truck was going full force. This dude forgot that he had a microphone the entire time. It was just mouthing words. All right, so sorry guys. Cutting back to the P Diddy trial. So a lot has been going on. I believe they're in week 2 of the P Diddy trial, right? Week 2.
Week 2.
And let us know what's been going on,
Okay.
because I don't know.
So he was arrested September of 2024. And the key witness in this case is Cassie Ventura. So, who was his girlfriend? I don't know if they were married. I'm pretty sure they were married.
He had a girlfriend. Oh, didn't he have
for
a
10
set
years.
of twins and shit?
I have no idea. But they were together for 10 years. She met Diddy when she was 19 in 2005. And in 2006, she signed a 10-album record deal to Bad Boy Entertainment, which is Diddy's label. And throughout, I guess, her whole time being with him, she only released 1 album and a mixtape. And I don't know, in my head I was like, 10 albums, like that's literally a lot of albums. I think that's crazy.
During those 10 years?
No, not like just in her, I guess, lifetime, like her music career.
Oh, okay, like to this day.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what happened with all that. Anyways, in 2012, okay, so I know like when they had met, he was still married to someone else. I think he was married to someone else.
So she home raped, basically?
No, she did not. I don't know what the story is and how they got
Okay.
together. Anyways, in 2012, their relationship was made public, and they were considered like the it couple. And in 2008, Cassie, she was 22 years old, and that was the first time that he asked her to partake in one of his freak offs. And
What are his freak offs?
so basically, like they would get like prostitutes. I mean, I don't know exactly what, but I know she had mentioned that Diddy and another male prostitute would pee in her mouth until she would like start choking on it. Like, that's just nasty. That's disgusting. Like, I feel like her.
She said that?
Yeah.
So she's not crazy or nothing?
No, she's not crazy.
Okay.
You've never seen that video? Okay. I was also going to bring this up later, but I guess now. So there's a video of her literally getting kicked and like dragged at a hotel.
Oh, and she had like bruises or no?
I don't know if she had bruises, but this man was in a towel and he was so like, imagine walking out in a towel and then just kicking somebody or like trying to drag someone back into the hotel room. Like, you're messed up in the head. You're literally weird for that. Anyways, so according to Cassie, the freak offs were produced all over the world. Like, they were very, what's it called?
Strategize.
Yeah, like he put it together. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, like things would happen. No, like they would go from 36 to 48 hours to 4 days straight, and this happened for years. Yeah. And she
4
said
days straight.
yeah, that she would have like really bad UTIs, the antibiotics wouldn't even help. She had like stomach issues, she had like mouth sores because of how like long it would go for.
Wait, isn't this called like an orgy party?
Plus, I guess you can call it an orgy, bro. Okay, so anyways, like the trial isn't specifically against her. It's like a federal like trial because they're charging him for racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. In the racketeering, he ran a criminal enterprise through his business. Bad Boy Entertainment is the one I told you about, his label.
His label.
And then transporting women across state lines for prostitution purposes. And he also has 2 counts of sex trafficking, forcing women into commercial sex acts, including organizing freak-offs, using drugs and violence and threats to coerce them, like to force them to do it. Yes, so...
Oh, he's been a rapist, but...
I know that after all of that...
Hell no.
Like, after everything had came out, over 50 lawsuits have been filed since his arrest. And basically saying that him, like, literally, like, so many famous people, like, have been accused of, like, doing things, like it would be, like, I don't know, like, Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z and Diddy, like, they were with a minor. And, like a bunch of, literally so many people. Like, so many people have came out saying, like, oh, like, they did this to me.
Dude, Jay-Z?
Yes, Jay-Z.
Empire State?
Empire State.
See, that's crazy, because how do you go from, like, being a judge on live TV next to, like, no, actually, and on the 4th, they actually got one of those people, one of the judges, I think his name was Charlie or something. They took him off the show for getting caught doing like stuff like being like a predator or something.
Yeah, but the thing is,
He got
like,
taken out the
Diddy
show.
has so much, like, he just has so
Power.
much power, yeah. And then
Not
I
no
guess
more?
I'm pretty sure, I feel like he might get away with it. I don't see this man going to prison.
You don't?
No. People like him don't go to prison. Okay, so Cassie is a key witness in this case. And
In the whole entire case overall, or just like specifically
Okay,
what has to do
so
with her?
basically, because I was like, okay, like, what is a trial about? So they obviously, he has 5 charges against him. And I guess their arguing is, okay, so hold on, I'm looking for it here. So the prosecution team is arguing that Diddy's freakouts were a part of this entire, like, it was just part of like sex trafficking, like that they were actually doing illegal, like he was doing illegal activity.
Yeah.
And the defense were saying like, no, like, yeah, all of this may be morally wrong, but he didn't actually do anything illegal.
Wait, so how is it looking like right now, week 2? Like, does he look guilty at all? Or, I mean, are they saying he's gonna like?
So from my understanding, like, he has ties to the mafia. Yeah, back to Cassie. Okay, well, in 2018 they finally separated, and then so this is like another, like, this is like actually like, what the heck, like, this is crazy. So she began dating her trainer that Diddy hired for her, right? And so this man, so they had separated, and she married, or she got with the trainer that Diddy hired. And Diddy was like, like, damn, bro, like, she effed me up, like, she betrayed me, like, she cheated on me. And so Diddy went to Cassie's house and like raped her.
For real?
Like, alleged,
'Cause
right? That's
she
what Cassie.
cheated?
Yeah, that's what Cassie said. And then
Did she actually cheat on him?
I don't know if she cheated on him, but they were separated.
Oh, okay.
Like, this was they got together after they had separated. And then, okay, so in 2023 she filed the lawsuit on Diddy, and it settled $20 million in 24 hours. So they wouldn't go to trial, because the trial right now is not about Cassie. And okay,
But she can't be that innocent though either, no?
um
Or I don't know, because like if she loved him, she was with him because she loved
I
him.
think, okay, so she was 19 when she met him.
Okay.
And this man was way older. I mean, I don't know how old he is right now, but he was older. He already had power. And she even stated like, oh, I wasn't sure like what he would do if I said no, or like, she's like, I did, like, the first time that he had asked her, she said, oh, like, I loved him, so like I wanted to do it. Like, she was nervous and she was taken aback. Like, I don't think she would have done it like if it wasn't for like him asking.
Yeah.
But she did it regardless, because like she loved him, and then 2, like, she was like, I don't know what would happen if I said no, because like that already says like there's like a power, like a different power dynamic. Like, she doesn't see him as equal to him, which is not right in a relationship or any type of like relationship, unless it's like boss or
She saw
employee.
him as above.
Yeah, which like it's not supposed to be that way because you're together. So I think she was just always scared, and I think just things escalated. And then, I mean, she was getting beat up. Like, that video literally shows him beating her
Like
up.
someone random person recorded it?
No, it was in a hotel, so it was like the cameras from the hotel. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was in 2016. So I don't know. Like, and people do say like, oh, like the defense, like Diddy's defense, like, that they were saying like, oh, if it was that bad, like, why didn't you just leave? Like, bro, like, that's literally like the number one argument that manipulators always make. If it was really that bad, why didn't you just leave? And it's like, how could she leave? You were beating her up in a public space, in a hotel.
She felt that you had power over her. So
yeah.
It makes her
Like,
question her own safety as well. So.
Exactly. And then there was also messages like her saying like, oh, like they were trying to make it seem like she did want to like be a part of the freak offs, because there's messages of her saying, oh, like, I'm down to do a freak off, I'm down to freak off, like. Yeah, so
You want to freak off?
But I don't know, I feel like realistically you look at that, and like the way, like, when someone tells you something and then you just like start to believe it, like if someone's like, oh, you're ugly,
Manipulated?
yeah, like I feel like she was manipulated to that point where it's like, you know, like, might as well, like, that was her new normal, I guess.
Yeah, like, okay, well,
because they were together for 10 years
happen regardless, let's do it.
yeah.
like be down for it, since it's like it's gonna happen whether you are or not. So you'd rather try to be down for it.
Yeah. So that whole situation is sad, and I hope that anyone,
Involved finds peace.
yeah, or like gets justice, because that ain't right at all.
Hopefully they get justice though, for real, because that's actually really scary. Okay, let's move on to
Okay.
some topics about AI. This is the new reality we're living in.
Mm-hmm.
This is our future. Living in the future, so the present is my past.
Shut up. Okay. Also,
But
we recorded a video,
about regarding this topic,
and there was no audio in it.
yeah, there was
So
not-
for an
it
hour
was
and a half,
devastating.
yeah. So we're gonna go back to this, and I know we're a little bit late on this topic.
It's probably not as relevant no more, but it's still underground. So that's
Yeah.
why we're gonna try to bring awareness to this cool topic.
Okay, so
So basically, we know that Amazon works a lot with robots, and they have a variety of robots that like help them out with the work they do.
mhm.
But now there's a new developed robot named Vulcan. Right,
Vulcan, yeah,
Vulcan.
yeah, that can basically feel things.
So this Vulcan robot can feel things. It has a sense of an AI sense of touch, and like touch sensory, like
Yeah, so Vulcan is equipped with AI sensory motors, and it can handle approximately 75% of the items in the warehouse, and it adjusts its grip in real time to manage delicate and complex
objects.
Yeah.
So let's say it needed to pick up this phone, right? And it knows like it's fragile, like it'll know like that it has to carry it,
Yeah.
like its grip could be soft instead of
Well, it doesn't
squeezing it
actually
hard.
grip things. Like, it's not like a hand, but it
Yeah.
like presses down, or like it lifts things up.
It's like if these two walls were like closing in and then picks it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just cool. Like this is one of the first ever robots that has this like this function, this
Mhm.
cool like sensory device in it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
powered
I
by
didn't
AI
even-
though, and it's called Vulcan, as we said.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I didn't even know that I just assumed, I guess it's my human little brain didn't think of that, but I just assumed that, like, if you build a robot with hands, they sure know how to use, like, they're,
That's true, but they don't know how to use them because
Yeah.
they don't have a brain.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but now, even though it's an Amazon robot, I'm pretty sure like this will be soon. It's gonna be all over the world, like, and whatever they use to make that robot, they're gonna be using that same tools or like that same method
Mm-hmm.
to create like everyday robots that can help us with everyday things, like,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna have that same, what do you call it? Same function, same sensory,
Sorry, I spaced out.
bruh.
Bleh. Sorry.
But yeah, they're gonna be having the same sensory, which is really cool, and I can't wait for those times.
What times, bruh?
They're coming. The times where we could literally just have a robot vacuuming for us, picking up my guinea pigs and feeding them and cleaning their cage. I need that.
That's a nanny.
Okay, well, we're not gonna pay for a nanny. We're gonna pay a one-time payment for this robot, and we're not gonna be paying every day for a nanny.
Okay.
We're gonna have a freaking robot to do that, and I can't wait for those times. And diving further into AI, there's a lot of money to be made there, guys. So if you're one of the people that hate on it, you need to stop, because these people, random people on the internet, are now making these AI baby movies. So basically, they'll take famous parts from movies, or like any scene from a movie, like famous scenes, and they'll recreate that scene with babies. Like babies will be the ones acting, and it's really just, what do you call it? It really like,
I don't. It's just.
it's very not appealing.
It's cute.
Like it makes you want to stay and watch that video,
Yeah.
and like see more of it, and like, oh, I want to see this scene with like the babies. I want to see these babies recreate this. So people are making money from uploading those videos and picking your favorite scenes, like
Oh,
famous scenes.
Twilight.
They'll do Twilight scenes. They'll do like Fast and the Furious scenes,
Sinners.
and it's just so cool to see like in a baby form in a way. I don't know.
It's funny, and like,
It's like funny, yeah. It's funny.
because it's like you can't really take the scene serious. Like it's like if it was a serious scene, and then like these like obviously like little babies, like they're so cute,
Freaking yapping and acting like
like all serious.
it's crazy, yeah. But like let me break it down. I don't know. This is the one way I would think you can make money from that is you make an account specifically for that. You generate those videos, you uploaded them, you do famous scenes.
Mm-hmm.
You had to post the script, audio, whatever. And then at some point, you're going to have enough viewers, followers to monetize your videos.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like that, you make money.
Period.
So, yeah,
We need to do
AI,
that.
we do need to do that. We
Fuck.
should do that. If y'all see us start a baby TikTok acting account,
Mind your business. Just like and
mind your
comment.
like and comment, and you'll definitely want to watch the video. So
Yeah.
that is all for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Comment down below what you want to see us talk about, what you want us to cover, any
And your opinions. Oh, did you already say that?
kind of,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
and your opinions. But we hope you enjoyed today's video. And
Some more feedback of what you want us to talk about.
yeah,
Did you say that already?
yes, I did.
Oh, sorry.
And we will cover more AI topics in the next video. I guess the drama topics kind of took over today, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll make sure to cover more AI and tech as it is our future.